Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the SoCal Sports Dudes podcast. Jason Wen here. Today I want to talk about the NBA. Trade deadline just passed. There are a number of trades around the league and a lot of activities. So I wanted to come with a recap for you guys, do a quick video on that. Started off a couple days ago, of course, when Kyrie Irving was dealt by the Nets to the Mavericks for Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie, a 2029 unprotected first round pick, and 2027 and 2029 second rounders. So Kyrie and Markieff Morris are headed to the Mavs there. Brooklyn didn't stop there though, man. They traded Kevin Durant last night to the Suns. A lot of people expected that one, but so KD and TJ Warren go to the Suns in exchange for Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, 4 first-round picks, and a 2028 2028 pick swap. So, wow, busy day there for the Nets, man. It's quite a bit of turnover there in the roster, moving on from their two key star players. Of course, they, paired up together with the joined forces a couple years ago with the intention of, hey, we'll win a championship together. And KD left Golden State, of course, with the thought I'm going to win a championship on my own with my buddy Kyrie there in Brooklyn. Didn't quite work out. And before I know it, both of them are being moved on here. So, the Suns also moving quite a bit of their roster to accommodate KD here. So, the Western teams are definitely going to be looking quite a bit different there. Crowder, who is also in part of that deal, is going to be flipped to Milwaukee for 5 second-round picks. Another team that was real busy, our Lakers, with them getting D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, and Malik Beasley in a 3-team deal. So they send out Russell Westbrook, JTA, and Damian Jones, along with a 2027 first-round pick, top 4 protected. Minnesota, who is also involved in the deal, gets Mike Conley, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and second-round picks there. So, yeah, it looks like a good move by the Lakers. They get some shooters with Russell and Beasley and an athletic player there in Vanderbilt who can play guard multiple spots. So, I'm pretty happy with the move. Westbrook, of course, has been on the trade block. Seems like since the day we acquired him. I was never thrilled with the trade of getting him in the first place, but it took a little while, and now here we are. We finally made a move that seemed to make sense, and we didn't give up everything there. So just one of the two first. I was pleased that they didn't overspend because they've been, questionable on how they've traded away some of their assets and their draft capital. But it looks like a pretty good move there. They also earlier today traded Thomas Bryant to the Nuggets. For Davon Reed and 3 number 2s. I was pretty displeased when I first heard the trade. I'm thinking, what are you doing? Why do you trade your big man depth, especially with AD being the injury risk that he is? But I found out that, after reading further into it, T. Bryant did ask for a trade. Wasn't happy with his role there behind Anthony Davis and his limited minutes. So gets moved out, goes to Denver, and he kind of outplayed the vet minimum contract we signed him to. I mean, we got great value there in him. T. Bryant, thank you for your services, man. I wish you would have stayed, but good luck to you there in Denver. And Lakers with that move had a need for center, so they turned around and traded and acquired Mo Bamba from Orlando. So not a bad move there to kind of redirect and fill the spot there with a guy who's been mentioned to be on the Lakers short list for the past few years. Big guy, 7'3", who can stretch the floor, hit threes, and also a good shot blocker. So he gets traded to the Lakers in exchange for Patrick Beverley, future second-round pick, and cash. P-Bev, thank you for your services too, man. I think you did a good job with us. You brought effort and energy and tenacious defense every night. So I liked having him here, but with the contract that he had, and especially since he's expiring after the year's over, kind of made, I guess, some business sense to try to move on from him and get something back for him. So Lakers looking like definitely have a different roster now after just from a couple days ago. And of course, earlier they had acquired Rui Hachimura from the Wizards for Kendrick Nunn and 3 number 2s. So new collection of players here in Lakerland. See if they can climb the standings, because right now they're kind of in that 13 spot. Need to make a move and do something here, man. So hopefully they can. These new players will help, fit what they're looking for and help them make a move and climb the standings and get into the either the play-in game or into into one of the playoff seedings there, so we can try to get to the playoffs and make some noise there. So crosstown rival Clippers were busy today. They acquired Eric Gordon and 3 number 2s in a 3-team deal. Luke Kennard goes out to the Grizzlies. John Wall and Danny Green are headed to the Rockets. John Wall going back to the Rockets there. So, and then the Rockets also get a pick swap in that. Clippers also traded Bones Highland, get Bones Highland from the Nuggets for 2 number 2s. And the Clippers also get Mason Plumlee from the Hornets for Reggie Jackson. So Plumlee, of course, they've been talking. They wanted more depth at the big man spot. So Clippers look like they did a pretty good job there. Not a huge fan of them, but hey, not bad moves there to tweak the roster and fill in some spots there. We'll have to see Reggie Jackson, John Wall. I'll get through the list there of some potential buyout candidates there. The Hawks get Sadiq Bey from the Pistons in a 4-way deal. Wiseman goes from the Warriors to the Pistons. The Warriors get draft picks and Kevin Knox, which they actually flipped in that deal to Portland for Gary Payton II. Warrior, of course, Payton II, familiar was with the system there, was a key contributor in last year's title run for the Warriors. So I think a good fit there. Wiseman, unfortunately, did not live up to expectations there that they had for him when they first drafted the guy. So former number 2 pick, man, could have taken LaMelo Ball. Would have been, I think, a fun fit to have him there running the show with, Curry and Thompson. But, they needed some size. They went with Wiseman, didn't quite develop and work out the way I'm sure they planned for it. So they move on from him, man, and get back a solid piece and Gary Payton II. The Pelicans are getting Josh Richardson from the Spurs for Devontae Graham, 4 number 2s. Josh Richardson, of course, a good 3-and-D player, been on, kind of the trade rumors, treadmill here for a while. So he officially now goes to the Pelicans. They were in talks about trying to get Anunoby from the Raptors, but I think the Raptors decided to hold on to him. So the Hawks made a trade getting Kaminsky and Justin Holiday for Garrison Matthews, Bruno Fernando. Thunders trade Darius Baisley to the Suns for Dario Saric and a 2nd rounder. Earlier trades were, of course, the Nets traded Kessler Edwards and cash to the Kings for David Michino. And then the Heat traded Dwayne Dedman in a 2028 2nd rounder to the Spurs for cash. Those more minor deals there at the end, but some other ones that I thought were of significance. Jakob Poeltl goes from the Raptors from the Spurs back to the Raptors for Khem Birch and future pick. Mike Muscala gets traded from OKC to the Celtics. Guy, of course, was just killing us the other night, man. OKC draining threes left and right. Can't believe the Lakers actually traded Zoo for that guy, man. We gave away great young promising player for Mike Muscala and then didn't even keep Muscala around. Just we're done with him after half a season, not even half a season, man. And then look at Zeus, been a solid piece there for the Clippers. Still one that I shake my head about, man. Can't believe that one. Sixers made a deal getting trading Matisse Thybulle to the Blazers. They get back Jalen McDaniels from Charlotte in a 3-team deal. The Hornets are going to get multiple 2nd-round picks and Svi Mikhailuk, who I believe was also moved on in a separate deal here. So, interesting pickup there. The Blazers getting Thybulle, McDaniels going to Charlotte. Of course, Josh Hart was traded by Portland to New York for Cam Reddish. So interesting now that they pick up Thybulle and Cam Reddish. So they got a lot of length there now. So out go Hart, who's a guy I liked, former Laker, really brings effort. Going to be reunited with his boy Jalen Brunson there in New York. And I'm sure Thibodeau is going to like the effort that he brings every night. Serge Ibaka, George Hill, and Jordan Nwora were all dealt from Milwaukee to the Pacers. And so those are the main ones, man. It's some good stuff, lots of trades. I think a lot of teams went out there and improved. The West especially was very active with a lot of teams like, wow, look at all these moves, and the teams are going to look entirely different. This is more activity I can remember than the last couple of years. I mean, there's a ton of stuff going on here, so it's kind of fun to make your head spin, keeping an eye on everything that's going on. So real quick, run through the list of, the buyout candidates. There's some possibilities now. These teams, guys who are just acquired by new teams, they aren't even going to, suit up for them and play for them. So possible candidates for that include, of course, Russell Westbrook, Patrick Beverly, most likely will both be bought out, John Wall, Danny Green, who Houston just acquired. Maybe he's getting back into it here. Maybe be happy the Lakers got him again. Kevin Love, a guy that has been maybe Cleveland's at that point with him. Dwayne Dedman, who was just dealt from Miami to the Spurs. Nerlens Noel. You got Will Barton with the Wizards, Terrence Ross with Orlando, Serge Ibaka, George Hill, of course, they're both just traded. You got Corey Joseph, just to name a few. Yeah, a busy day, man. It's kind of fun to keep an eye on all this. I really kind of enjoy this part of it where teams try to improve the rosters and what type of compensation they have to give up to get some of these players that were moved here. And then, some of the thought process, I'm sure, with these teams is to kind of set up for the future with not only draft picks, but maybe moving on from certain contracts that they weren't excited about having to deal with. So, yeah, lots of activity out there, man. Just wanted to, again, come at you guys with a quick recap of things. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you in the next video. All right, cool, bye.